Hi guys, my name is Evgeny Vikentev. I am from St. Petersburg, and I have two restaurants. One of them in my hometown. It's called Hamlet and Jack's, and where I use Russian ingredients for introductions contemporary Russian cuisine. And the new one restaurant, actually, which I gonna represent for you today. This is Cell. This is a restaurant in Berlin, just opened 7 months ago. And today I'm gonna serve for you some of my dishes, some of my ideas which I want to share with you today. I want to say thank you for organizers. It's a big honor for me to be as a participant of this outstanding event. Today, okay, let's start. The restaurant, based in Berlin, and actually the gastronomical concept of Cell is introducing the local ingredients which we can get from around the city, from different suburbs, from farmers, and we introduce the local flavors with combinations and matches with some ingredients from around the world to enhance their flavors, to makes that more interesting, actually. And I start from the first dish. This is it called carrot has gone through the earth. The idea behind of this dish. To cook one ingredient, 3 different techniques without separating. Yeah, because usually if you represent one ingredient and different cooking styles, you have to separate it, yes? But exactly this carrot was cooked 3 different ways, and this is a whole product. The top of this carrot was cooked in soil. The tail of carrot I cooked in hot stones. Why? Actually, the cooking in hot stones is very popular and old technique of first populations in Australia. Because the idea about this carrot has gone through the earth from Berlin to Australia. And the middle part was in lava, actually, and we will blowtorch the middle part of this carrot. Okay. The whole carrot was pre-cooked in a mixture of 2 times reduced fermented carrot juice and emulsified together with brown butter, and finished differently in 3 different ways. Okay. We start to serving it. Now we are blowtorching the middle part. Only middle. I use the same juice which was for cooking whole carrot. Put some of it on a plate. Pre-cooked carrot, one more time. Pre-cooked carrot, 72 degrees, in a 2 times reduced carrot juice with brown butter. Middle part, blowtorched. The top of it was cooked in actually the European way in the soil. I put it upside down in saucepan with soil. Another part of carrot was above. And this, actually, is the tail of carrot was cooked in hot stones. And I'll use 3 different condiments to serve it. For middle part, I use the salsa made from burnt veggies. Okay, I put middle part of carrot, the burnt carrot, on that salsa. For rising up the flavor, I use a few drops of smoky oil, like this. Okay, this is a beer chips. It's beer crackers. I cooked it from 2 times reduced dark beer with tapioca flour and rice flour. I sprayed it out on a silicone mat, dehydrated, and after deep fried it on 200 degree. And now we have a beer cracker. This is about German part. You know, Germans can live without 1 glass of beer, no 1 day. Okay, I put it inside of my carrot, the soil part of carrot. Okay, nice. And the last condiment for this dish, it's a crumble from Vegemite. This is a very, very popular Australian condiment for eating bread. They actually spread this stuff on a surface of bread and eat it for breakfast, for example. Now I put a bit of that crumble on Australian part of this carrot. Okay. This is the first dish for today. The carrot which has gone through the earth. This dish is dedicated for all people who go straight and forward to their goal. Okay, nice. Oh, we don't need it anymore. The second dish is called More Than Honey. Now I have some preps to introduce for you all living circle of bees. This is like a honey and bee ecosystem all together on the one plate. I have for it the meth. This is a fermented honey. I have a crumble. The crumble has made from honey, flour, butter, egg, sugar. Very classical, traditional way to cooking crumble. Another thing, this is a pollen powder, honeycomb. Okay. And Sichuan pepper. I'll explain for what is it. Okay. First, I put ring on the bottom of my plate. And start to serving this dish. This is a crumble, honey crumble. Okay. The next step is pollen. Сев. Бля. Second. Yeah. This is pollen. I put it in a sieve. And now I want to sprinkle it on the top of my plate. Like this. Okay, the next step, to put some jelly from meth on the top of crumble. Okay. Perfect. Honeycomb, yeah, it's very important part of introducing bees and honey. Okay. Cool. Now I use yogurt. We need some fat content for this dessert. And ice cream. The ice cream which we are serving now has been made from white parts of lemons. It's a bitter parts, you know, and burnt honey. All together, we mix it. Nice, nice. Can you do? Yeah, the two. Can you use two of them? Mm-hmm. Okay, and last step, which I want to show you. Now I am putting some of Sichuan pepper on the top of honey, because I want to introduce your feelings when, for example, bee sting you somewhere, yeah, and actually the Sichuan pepper gives you the very similar feelings in your mouth. This is why I put it on a yogurt. Mm-hmm. Ice cream. Okay. A little bit more pollen. This is a beehive. Now I want to smoke it a bit to actually to show you. This is the super common way to drive off bees from their houses. Mm-hmm. Thanks. Oh. Excuse me. Okay, smoke is going. This is the second dish. More than honey, actually the dessert about bees, honey, and all ecosystem about that. Thank you. Okay, we are going to represent the last dish. It's called the most Berlinian dish, and I'll explain you why. Because here, I want to introduce for you, I want to represent 4 main communities which are living now in the capital of Germany and celebrate all of them on one plate. For introduction, I use malt sauce. The malt sauce, actually the malt is very popular ingredient in Russia because we use it for we use it as a base for producing the kvass. Kvass is one of the most famous Russian drink. This is a fermented bread drink. And I've done sauce from malt. I reduced the malt 3 times. It's very, very heavy. To make it a little bit softer, I put some butter inside and a bit of sourdough miso to actually focus this sauce on bread and malt flavor because it's very similar, you know. And we use a lot of different varieties of miso in my restaurant, for example, because this is a bread miso, and we serve it with whipped butter for our bread. It's super, I think, common thing, but it's very rise up the flavors of bread which we serve. Another thing which I want to put on a plate, this is a kohlrabi. It's you can start. Yeah. Kohlrabi, German kohlrabi. This is a very popular ingredient in the capital of Germany. I just a bit marinate that in a kohlrabi juice with a bit salt and sugar and nothing more. Kohlrabi juice, this is like a stripes of it. This is actually the most difficult prep which I have today, because over the flight, the box with kohlrabi was broken, and my suitcase smells like a kohlrabi field. Yeah. Okay. I start to serve it. The kohlrabi stripes. This is tongue, yeah, beef tongue. This one. Yeah, you can see it. We just we cut it a bit. Now we're gonna fry it. Yes. Brush with oil, please. We are cooking it over the charcoal. The sauce, which I told you, and a little bit more pieces of kohlrabi. This is a powder. The powder made from kohlrabi leaves. Actually, I dehydrate that. Very low temperature, 40 degrees. And now I want to sprinkle some part of it on the top of my leaves. Okay. That's nice. More. Kohlrabi marinated in kohlrabi juice with some salt and sugar, and some kohlrabi powder on the top. Sauce made from reduced malt, butter, and bread miso. The next prep, which I wanted to represent, and the next German community, this is a Vietnamese community, and this is a glaze. It's a glaze made from very, very strong beef stock with some flavors from Vietnam. For example, inside we have ginger, we have lime, we have some spices, Vietnamese spices, a bit of chili. And now we fried already the tongue over charcoal. I want to brush top of my piece of meat with that glaze. And replace it. And last but not least, this is yogurt infused with some herbs. It's a Turkish yogurt, and this part of the dish about Turkish community. This is a yogurt infused with parsley and mint. Okay? I want to put inside. Okay, the dish is done. This is a most Berlinian dish. This is how I actually how I combine and celebrate on one plate the 4 main communities in Berlin. This is a Russian community, German, Turkish, and Vietnamese. Thank you so much, guys.